Hey YouTube, it's me, Robin. Sorry about that if you heard the feedback. I'm coming to you again today, and this one is kind of like a request. And this is, I'm not going to leave this as just a conversation that could be had. I'm actually making a video on this one because I think it's something that we can all learn from, myself included. I want to talk to you about losing focus. Sometimes when we lose focus, we don't even realize that we've lost focus. Sometimes life happens, where originally we had this burning desire to accomplish certain things, and we had these goals, and we had these dreams, and we just knew that we were here for a reason. We were so excited, and then we we get caught up, and I'm not talking about getting caught up in a situation or getting caught up with a person. I'm talking about just in life, you know, where you have this job, and you go to this job and it's 9 to 5, and you have these children or this child, or and you have a relationship, and you have friends, and you just have so many other things that you're doing that you kind of forget. Now you still feel like you're accomplishing, you still feel like you're progressing because it appears as though you're progressing. Your bills are paid, you still have money to do stuff that you want to do. Your children look like they're doing, pretty good in school. They look like well-rounded individuals. Um, your friendships appear to be solid. People depend on you. It's a wonderful thing. Um, you know, your parents are proud of you. Like, it looks as though life is good for you. It looks as though you're living. It looks as though everything is good. You have a beautiful house you go home to. I mean, life is good, right? But then you realize that those things that were inside of you, those things that now appear to be buried because you don't even feel the fire anymore. Now they appear to be buried because you don't remember when the last time was that you even remembered thinking about those things, those goals, those dreams. What happened to my dreams? What happened to my goals? What happened to that desire that I knew that I was supposed to be at this place? What happened? What happened? I think it's so easy to get caught up in the everyday life. And to me, that is a major dream killer, the everyday life, because it's a cycle. You're in this cycle. You're doing the same thing every day. It seems as though you're doing things differently. Maybe you go to a different store and buy something from, or maybe you meet a new friend, or you go to church and the message at church is always different. So you believe that your life is different. But when you notice that even in church, you go to church and you hear the message and you feel great that day, and then by Monday, by Tuesday, you barely remember the message didn't mean anything. It's because there's something missing in you. There's something lacking in you. What happened to that drive? What happened to that fire? Where is the fire? And I want to tell you, this is not a point to be discouraged. This is not a point to say, oh my gosh, what am I going to do now? Forget it. This is my life. I've messed up. No, because sweetheart, that fire is still burning inside of you. It's just that life happened, and so you forgot what that fire felt like. It's that life happened, and you don't remember what it was that you needed to do in the first place because you got so caught up in the needs of your job, so caught up in the needs of your family, so caught up in the needs of your friends, so caught up in the needs of everybody who needs everything around you that you didn't even realize it. So sometimes we come to a place in life, and I believe that this is God's wake up call. God gives us either people, dreams, situations, whatever it is, to say, excuse me, remember what I sent you there to do? Remember that thing that was burning inside of you? I mean, I think it's cool that you volunteer for A, B, and C, but that's not what I put you here to do. I think it's nice that, you're helping out this one, that one, and this one, but that's not what I put you here to do. What happened to what I put you here to do? Now, what do you do when you have the wake up call? What do you do when God says, this is not right? This is not right. And let me tell you something about the word of God. It's always going to come with confirmation. So, what do you do when you've received the confirmation? What do you do when you now know that this is not right? You have to do differently. You don't fall into an even worse cycle. You don't just you don't go into a depression, into a despair, because all that does is make your everyday life even more comfortable for you. This is when you move. This is when you get back on target. This is when you move back into what it was that you were walking in before. And let me tell you something about that too. Losing focus always is not such a negative thing. Sometimes we hear a piece of something, we see a piece of something, we get a vision, and we believe that we're supposed to be doing. We took a piece and made it into a whole pie. And oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm walking into that. And maybe all the time, that's not what we're supposed to be walking into. So now we're walking in the wrong direction. Well, if you're walking in the wrong direction, you're going to lose the focus anyway. You got lost. So once you get lost, you have to get yourself back on track. You have to go into your internal GPS. You have to ask how to get you back where you're supposed to be. You have to seek within. No one can tell you on the outside what to do. You have to go inside and push in that address, push in that destination, and let your body get you back to where it was that you need to be. So sometimes losing focus is just a sign that we didn't quite have the vision correctly in the first place. But now once we have it, once now we're in this place, and now the vision is right ahead of us. Now the road is clear because we have wandered around aimlessly to the point where we ended up where we were supposed to be. Not where we were originally going, but where we're supposed to be. So now you're here. Now the road is a yellow brick road ahead of you. What you gonna do, Dorothy? Are you gonna walk, or are you gonna go get lost some more? Or are you gonna feel like the road is too yellow and it's hurting your eyes, and you need to go get your sunglasses, and you're gonna forget because then you saw some sunglasses at the store and they were nicer, and what maybe I should go get those. What are you going to do? Because right here now is the time. Now is the time when it's obvious and God is saying go. Because when he's confirming it to you, when he's saying to you, this is where you're supposed to be, this is what you're supposed to do, when he's telling you that you have lost focus, when he is telling you to stop and focus, you need to stop and focus. You need to get all of those other things, those little chitter chatter, the voices. You need to get rid of all those voices. You need to get rid of all those people. And I'm not saying alleviate them from your life. I'm saying quiet their voices. Go to your place of stillness. Go to your place of calm and seek him like you've never seeked him before, because you do not want to leave this earth. You do not want to leave this life and not accomplish what we were put here to do. None of us want to do it. It is so much easier to get back on course after you've come off than to never get back on. It is so much easier to just accomplish what it is that we need to do rather than just make excuses for why we didn't. It's so much easier to just do what is in us to do than to live this life where all we're doing is pedaling backwards and getting nowhere. Monetary gain is not always a sign of progress. Friends and relationships are not always a sign of progress. These things that we have in life that look like they're a progression, that look like we're getting somewhere, that look like we're achieving, those are not always signs of progress. Those are not always our personal levels of success. Those are just quirks that come with living this life. And so I want to encourage you to just get back on track. Get back on track because it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. And you may look up and see that you are exactly where it is that you're supposed to be, that you're exactly where it is that God ordained you to be, that He has already provided for you. He already knew that you were going to get here. He already knew that this was the point it was going to take to get you to exactly where He needed you to be, and He is going to propel you forward. Just keep on it. Don't give up now. Don't give up now, okay? My son is hiding behind my back, so I have to go. But I love you and have a beautiful day. Bye.